future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys...
And my goodness, another interception. Carlton Davis picks it. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Misses, I'm running too riches. My God, some itches. I'm counting some dishes. Might keep me a mission. I'm fucking up.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Succop's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 4th and 1 down in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little surprised that that's how they decided to play it, that they didn't go for it there, but sometimes just take those 3 points and put them in your pocket. I just have one question for you, partner.
Okay.
Hip pocket or back pocket?
Olszewski now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. He's got a man, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give him 32 on the play.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Trubisky. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Fournette once more on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Alex Highsmith simply would not be stopped on that play.
Shadow!
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's intercepted. picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive until about the 23.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On second down, this is Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now on fourth down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. A first down run there by Fournette as he'll get this forward for a gain of about 3.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
Second down, back to Fournette. And he'll get this down only to the 18. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Succop's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
2 yards the loss, second and 12. On play action, it's Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 17. 138 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead now stands at 13. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Olszewski now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Trubisky. Completes it to Austin. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky.
The throw for Claypool is intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean.
And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
So after the INT, it's Brady. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, 35 yards. And the Buccaneers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point put through by Suckup. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Olszewski now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, 72. Hey, 66.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette.
161 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Play action. Now it's Brady. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
To throw is Brady. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon.
The Steelers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Now that interception at least offers them a blitz. In the fourth quarter.
That certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Trubisky's throw brought in by Austin. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Throwing here, Trubisky.
Austin is there and brings in another one. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Looking deep downfield. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Buccaneers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Hey, check it. Let's go.
Now Brady. He completes this to Russell Gage.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now Brady again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Fournette running out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
So Brady departs, and on is Ryan Succop for the Buccaneer field goal.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys...
And my goodness, another interception. Carlton Davis picks it. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Extra point try now for Succop. And the lead is now an even 30. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Olszewski now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward.
And now here's another interception.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Airing this one out for Evans. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Brady going to look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack.
So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
Let's see what they do here.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence and made it happen for a victory. Fast, that hoe got soaked, nothing to left.